Hello, welcome back. Um, Welcome to how to improve your presentations. We're fixing some audio this time. The audio, for some reason, corrupted the last time I tried to record this, so we're doing it again. So here is, again, another 4 ways to improve your presentations. I'm Sebastian Seville. This is the technical presentation for the Responsible Marketing course. So welcome. So first up, I guess before we go too far into this, these are some tips I picked up from a number of places. Uh, I've worked in the government and worked for private businesses before, and these are some things that I picked up when I've had to present to people like director generals or um, things I've learned when watching people present to executives or vice presidents. And also just some things I picked up from colleagues and classmates. Like for example, this one I picked this up from a friend in my first semester at Laval. He told me this, and it changed how I looked at PowerPoints, and that is subtitles. Subtitles are really interesting ways to kind of frame a PowerPoint slide. Instead of thinking of every or like it lets you break down and think about PowerPoints as um, arguments unto themselves. Like the point of a presentation is very similar to that of an essay. Like there's an argument that you're trying to show, and you use like paragraphs in an essay, and in our case, slides in a presentation. So a subtitle can give your presentation a sort of thesis or an argument unto itself, so that when you are presenting, there is a clear point um, that people are drawn to right initially. It can give context to what you're talking about and make your slides a lot easier to understand as well, which is kind of fun. And we like having our slides easy to understand because we are not always going to be able to be with our slides. I know a lot of the time in the government, you'll often put a deck together, have it ready to go, and then it will sit on someone's desk for 2 months, or maybe longer, before it goes anywhere else. So if you're not there to give the presentation, having a subtitle there is potentially important to give context or further context to actually what you're talking about. The next is information content. Knowing what your audience is going to want and then providing it to them before they even ask questions about what they want to see is really important. This is especially important if you're giving a presentation to like upper management. Uh, they have very specific information that they're looking for, and if you are able to provide that to them ahead of time, then you're already in good shape. So put yourself in those shoes, trying to figure out what they're trying to solve with your presentation, and work with them, not against them, right? The next up is being concise with your information. Don't overload slides with ideas or information. Um, Again, think about like a paragraph. You want your paragraphs to be concise and focused, and not too rambly or going off topic. Make sure it's focused. Keep it short. Um, Use points that directly support your argument, and have a good time. Yeah. And finally, graphics. If you can, avoid massive charts of information, massive like rows of numbers. Sometimes it is useful, especially if the deck is going to be more of a reference than an actual presentation. But if you are strictly doing a presentation, there's only so much visual content people can absorb in 20 seconds. So know that. Be concise with your charts, and if you can, use graphic information. So like pie charts are fantastic ways of displaying like percentage-based stuff, right? Instead of giving them like, 34% and 66. Break it down into like a pie chart that people are a lot quicker with visuals instead of trying to think about the numbers. So yeah, and make sure that the graphics that you put into your thesis or into your slide support the main arguments of your slide as well. So yeah, that's a few easy little points to just make your slides easier to understand and kind of future-proof them as well. I have hoped you've picked up at least something, given you something to think about, and we'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye.